Good evening, internet. And it is evening. I hope you're all well. Welcome back to the channel. It's 24 minutes past the hour of 8. It's Sunday evening. It's the 4th of... Whoops-a-daisy, who put that stop sign there? What a silly place to put a stop sign. It's the 4th of June. And you know what? Such a beautiful day. So I thought to myself, I'm going to come out. I'm going to come out and have a ride. Nowhere particularly interesting. Nothing particularly to do. But just to get out. Just to say hi. If anybody watched my last video of the small tent, the bike tent going up, I hope you enjoyed that. I didn't really think that would get much interest, but it has. I'm glad about that. Certainly good for me because I don't know if you remember, I mentioned it a few times that I was going to do a couple of nights out in a hotel. Well, with this beautiful weather now, those couple of nights out still are going to happen, but this time I thought to myself, do you know what, I'd rather be on a campground in a tent. I prefer that. That's me. So I got out my my tent, and I'm going to get, well, just the tent the other day, put it up. Now I've never actually used that tent on this bike. The last time that I used that, I see, we seem to have changed a bit there, but still never mind. Okay, the last time that I used that was on my BMW, which of course it does tend to be a little bit wider than the Himalayan, which is no big deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of do a dummy run, you know, and oh, UK, there you go. So I'm going to do this dummy run and see how it all packs on here, you know. I'm going to put the panniers on and get everything strapped on. Probably do a little video of that as well, you know, for anybody that's maybe thinking that they're going to go off on theirs and not too sure how it's going to pack up. I mean, I'm not too sure, but you know, we'll soon see. So, and then it's off, and so when I go camping, obviously when I go with the family, it's a totally different ball game, like, you know, because obviously I got the kids with me, and when I got the kids with me, we go to the more sort of commercial sites, shall we say. Whereas when it's just me, I prefer to find myself a nice little site and, you know, nestle up in a hedgerow in the corner somewhere. Excellent. And I've actually found, by searching the area on the internet, like where I'm going to go, a site just like that. So I'm hoping, certainly not next week, but the week after, I'm hoping the weather's going to hold. I mean, you know, with a bit of luck. I know there's a few thunderstorms at the moment coming up from Spain and coming up through the south of France, but hopefully this heat will burn them off, and it'll be, you know, we'll be good to go, which will be great. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going down there to see something that I've never actually seen before. Never. I've been so close to it so many times, but we will have to wait and see. Should keep you all in suspense. Right, okay, so a couple of reasons really why I came out this evening. One, it's been so hot today, you know, hence the fact I have the Airtex jacket on, the trusty Belstaff, and two, in France today, it is it's the Fête de Mer, which of course the Fête de Mer is Mother's Day. So of course you have to keep the brownie points stacked up to be able to do these little trips away and all this sort of stuff. One has to do the pampering job, and fair enough. No, in all fairness, I think all our all the mothers out there do a fantastic job, they really do, you know. Doesn't matter how old your kids are, mothers are the best thing out. Right, so Mr. UK, I don't think quite knows where he's going. But I'm in hurry. This is, I thought I'm just going to come out and I'm just going to have a quick ride round. I forgot how terrible this bit of road is there. Do you know, they've been doing this road here, but you're not going to believe this, for over 12 months. 12 months they've been doing this road. Somebody somewhere send tarmac over from the UK and let's get it sorted. Now, but then they reopened the road. Well, it's open with what they call a temporary road surface, which is a flaming you thought I was going to say something else then, but I don't. I do not use abusive language on my channel. Yeah, it is a joke. I mean, I know these bikes are capable of off-road and but I'm not. This is a tarmac road and should be straight. I mean, okay, I can't even say, well, I pay my road tax, because obviously we don't across here, do we? We don't do road tax, so. But yeah, it is a bit of a joke, to say the least. And there we have the countdown. I do like their traffic lights there. I don't know whether, when I was in the UK, we didn't have these ones that counted down, but we do now, look. Yeah, I don't count down very bloody quick though. That one don't seem to be going anywhere. It's just like or is it me? Am I just being, I don't know what it's doing. Oh, this is a joke. 7. I wouldn't mind, but there's probably nothing. I'll get all that, and why not? I wonder where he was going then for a minute. So basically, I'm sure you've probably recognised this route that I am on, and we're just gonna, this will take us down into Audierne, Harbour Town, and just have a quick over the bridge, maybe go through Audierne, see how busy that is, and then back up. It's just to get out and ride, and just to say hello to everyone. And oh, I take it all back, there is cars coming through the other way. Obviously they clock that in as slow as this one. This just seems to take forever to count down now, eh? So according to the temperature gauge, we are 28 degrees. The good old trusty Himalayan temperature gauge. And so that would make it 25, 24, 25 degrees, which is about right, because it was like over 30 today. So yeah, that's fair enough. So this was a nice time of the evening to come out for a ride, even though we're stuck at traffic light. Do you know, I know you shouldn't, and I wouldn't, but you just get the urge to go past, you know, and think that's it, because I'm sure they've all stopped coming up the other way, and this is just like killing time now. Always gets me, you know, because obviously these bikes being air cooled, I mean, it shouldn't have any problem, hopefully not. We're not exactly going to be in this queue forever, but it's, oh, there is cars coming the other way, look. 1 minute left, eh? Deary me. I'll tell you what, the best of it is, we've got the silly season starting soon, in a few weeks time, you know, the summer holidays, and these roads become chock-a-block. They really do, you know. And oh, this should be good. And she's going to come in front of us just as, oh, nice one, she's going our way. So yeah, you would think that they would go all out, wouldn't you? You really would, to get this lot sorted out, because can you imagine when all the tourists get across here what this is going to be like, eh? how it can take 2 years to do something like this. I love France, I do, you know, and it's such a laid-back country, you know. I remember when I came over here from the UK, you know. Oh, blimey, look at this. This is the bit that really gets up my... It's so annoying. I mean, come on, lads, I'm sure you can get it flatter than that. Anyway, this is the bit that they finished. They finished this last year, believe it or not. This section that we're on now was open for the summer last year. Huh? So they've been working on just that bit that we came down for 12, well, they suspended work in the summer, and they restarted that, I think it was about the November time, November time, you know. I don't know. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying now. Still, never mind. We seem to be pestered with traffic lights tonight. I think we will actually ride through Audierne and maybe do the loop and back round. Hey, it's a nice evening. I know I've done this ride before with you, but for me it's a get out and ride. I'm on the bike, it's lovely. It makes so much difference when the sun's out, you know, and you come out and just to be warm, you know. I'm riding in just a t-shirt and this Airtex jacket, and you know, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's this is what motorcycling is all about. I mean, it really is, you know. The freedom, the fresh air, the smell of cooking on the side of the road. And I take it which way is the tide in? Now the tide's going out because all the boats are facing that way, which means the water's turned them round and the tide's got on its way back out. Look, full of information, eh? Absolutely. I don't know where this... that was a bit of a void. I thought it would be busier than this, actually. I'm quite surprised. But still, you know, I suppose at the end of the day there's not a lot happening down there, so I think we'll just do the loop and go up, you know. He's doing it again, look. Fair play to him. Maybe he thinks that's the way to go around French Islands, yeah? Is to go around on the outside even though you're turning right. And why not? Do it how you wish. Something smells. Oh, it's there's a kebab shop. Oh, it's not that. Oh, it is, it's open. Something does smell rather nice. Now we're going to be blinded by the light. Oh, put that. I would imagine that maybe this is playing havoc with the GoPro. It's playing havoc with my eyes, even with my built-in, you know, I've got, which I'm sure most of us have in this day and age. You know, you get a little slider on the side of your helmet, and down comes the magical something. I gotta be, you know, mind you, to be fair, this helmet is it's got to be 10 years old. And when the sun is on that actual sunglassy bit, if that's the word for it, the sun visor part of the helmet, it does actually sort of, I don't know, it's not very clear. I mean, it's clear, I can see where I'm going, but you know. I mean, they do say, if I remember rightly, and please in the comments correct me or join in on this debate, there is a time limit, I'm sure, that they say that you should change the helmet. Now, I've never dropped this helmet, you know, and it's still, you know, and it's not scratched, it's not damaged, you know, I mean, it's in absolutely beautiful condition, you know, but they reckon that you should change them after so long. Is this right? Does anybody know? Has it changed? Are we on about, I mean, I'm going back maybe to the 70s and 80s, where there was the old fiberglass helmets. I mean, structures have changed now, haven't they? So if the structures have changed, do you still have to change it? I don't know. What do you think? Thoughts on that one would be good, eh? Personally, I think if it's good and it's never been done, I mean, okay, you know, if you're in an accident or you really drop it and it rattles and bangs, then fair enough, you know, I suppose for your own well-being, because at the end of the day it's your head, you would change it, you know. I up Mr. Pigeon, get away. But if there's nothing wrong with it, I can't see the point. Is this manufacturers trying to cash in? Because let's face it, helmets ain't cheap these days, are they? You know, I mean, this one of mine, it's a Schuber C3. I mean, I've got to be honest, I've got to say this, out of all the helmets I've had from when I started riding legally when I was like 16 years old, 17 in the UK, this is the most comfortable helmet I've ever had. And I tell you what I love about it, and I know this sounds a bit crazy, but the field of vision, yeah, it seems to be wider, you know. I've got another helmet that I wear, and it's a lot smaller. This is fantastic, you know. But like I said, it's 10 years old, and I'm sure I paid 400 and something for it then, so I dread to think what it is now, you know. I mean, okay, I get it, of course you're not going to skimp, you know, it's your life, you know, God forbid if you ever come off, you know, and you go skidding on the floor on your head, you want something that's you know, going to stand up to the abrasiveness of the tarmac road, or wherever else you may be riding. So but yeah, I still think that if there is a time limit, why is there a time limit? You know, I mean, what, we got a sell by date? Does it self-destruct? Your helmet will self-destruct on so-and-so day. I mean, it's crazy, but maybe it's not great, I don't know. I'm sure someone out there who's listening to me going on about changing helmets will have the answers. Please feel free to let me know. Do you know what? Once again, this Airtex jacket, I mean, you know, it's fantastic. I mean, we are still, according to the trusty Himalayan, we're 27 degrees. So we're going to be, what, I don't know, 22, 23 now. But, I mean, it's great. The air, this jacket is very old, you know. This is over 20 years old, this one is. But I absolutely love this jacket in the summer. It's fantastic, you know. You have got to be a bit careful sometimes, you know, if you're riding, say, late evening time, and the sun goes down, the temperature comes down, and you're not lucky enough to be riding through somewhere like Spain or Portugal or, you know, Malta or wherever where it keeps the heat. It can get a bit chilly, but what I do, I carry a fleece when if I wear this jacket when I go away, or when I used to go away camping. I'd carry a fleece at the same time, so you know, because you don't want to carry two jackets, it's a joke. So if it did get a bit nippy, then I'd just stick the fleece on and it's like sorted. Yeah, a few bugs around tonight, happily splattering on the helmet. Still. So the bike, again, what can I say? Running extremely nice. One thing I think that I am going to do is, when I've done this camping trip within the next couple of weeks, it's what I think it's I suppose it's going to put on roughly about 1,000 kilometres on the bike. Well, it's done 1,000, yeah, it's knocking on 1,500 kilometres now. So I know it's, according to the book, its next service would be, if it was done at a RE dealership, would be 5,000. But of course, going back to my first service, which was done at an RE dealership, it was done where I bought the bike from, I know that the valve clearances were not checked. Now, from what I can gather, when you go on to the specifications of Royal Enfield, it should have been checked on the first service. Mine wasn't. So basically, I could be riding with, you know, a tightening exhaust valve. Now, okay, it's not going to get that tight, or it shouldn't, you know, unless it was misadjusted from new, which I doubt it very much. So, but when I come back from that run, I'm going to check the tappets, you know, because it's just not worth it, is it? Because I'm not going to put it back into dealership service. I haven't got the confidence in them to do it. I really haven't. You know, if they can't do it right on the first service, then they ain't going to do it right on any of the others. And you know, so the tappets will be checked when I get back. And then again, when I do the 5,000 service, the tappets will be checked again. I mean, you know, as a bike gets older and the mileage gets put on it, or the kilometres, whichever country you happen to be in, then the tappet shouldn't need adjusting. I mean, my Transalp now, you know, okay, I know I don't put loads of miles on the Transalp, but you know, I can check the valve clearances, and very, very rarely do I have to adjust them, you know. And this will be the same sooner or later. I mean, you expect them to want to be, you know, to have movement in them now because of the age, but yeah. But you certainly, you know, it certainly should have been checked on the first. Well, from what I can gather, you know, I'm sure that the Royal Enfield specification for its first service is check the tappets, and this wasn't done. I know it wasn't done. So, you know, once again, a very expensive oil change, as I've said before. It's marvellous, you know, the amount of people looking at the estuary there, and I understand it, because I'm a very, you know, getting back to what them there sat on benches just chilling out and that, and I fully can get that. I think it's great, you know, hence the fact when I find these little campsites, you know, yes, it's nice if someone else is on there that you can maybe have a chat to and of an evening and that sort of stuff, but if they're not, it doesn't bother me, you know. I can talk enough to you guys on the way down. No, you're okay. I don't want to scare you, because it's about a 4 hour ride down there. So I'm certainly not going to be going all that time. Dearly me. Even I'd run out of things to say, and that's saying a lot. I think we might actually go back a different way tonight. I normally if anybody recognises the route, and I'm sure you do, we normally turn up there, but this time we're not. We're going to come up here, and believe it or not, I'm sure it's still there. There's a little place here. Where's he gone now? A guy that's, oh, maybe, I don't know, is it here? I don't know. Yes, I think it is. This could well be his van, or maybe it's not. This is the place. This is the place. Here, look. 50s and more. See that? Yeah, it is here. 50s and more it's got. And he does all old bikes, you know. But if you want anything done, you know, to your engines, if you want machine parts, if you want spray jobs done, respoking, all that sort of stuff, you know. I mean, the guy is really good, does a fantastic job, you know. And yeah, nice to have someone like that so close, you know. I mean, if you've got parts that you want sprayed up, you take it to him and tell him what you want and it's done, or, you know, it's just good. But it's all the old bikes that he does, obviously 50s and more, you know. Sort of gives it away. The strange name, isn't it? You know, I mean, the guy doesn't speak a word of English, literally doesn't speak. I know. I've tried to talk to him. Doesn't speak a word of English, and fair enough, why should he? It's French. But his business is called 50s and more. Hey? Still, there you go. Very catchy, eh? I love it when you ride, especially when it's hot, and you ride these tree-lined roads. This is why I came up this way, because it's a different way back. And you know, I mean, look at that, the sun I mean, what have we got now? It is 20:52. I mean, it stays light here now till 11:15 of the night. So the sun ain't even setting yet, and it's, I mean, this is gorgeous. It is. I absolutely love it. I really do. Like I said, anything just to get out, have a bit of a blast, as they say. I'm just thinking to myself, when this is all loaded up with the tents on, how many tents am I taking with the tent on, and all the gear? Because like I said before, I don't take loads, but I do like, you know, I do like some form of comfort, as much as I love camping, and even on the bike, you know, I do like some form. And so, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how it all loads up, you know, when it's all strapped on, because I decided, like the tent that I did the video of, the KM, that's the one I'm definitely going to take. It's a trusted tent. I love it to pieces, as I'm sure you gathered by the video. But of course, it is big. You know, it's quite a big tent. Last year I bought another tent when I had the Suzuki V-Strom, which is a tent I got from Decathlon. I went out and bought that, and of course it packs up smaller, there's no two ways about that. But the trouble is, And I suppose this is me being spoilt over the years. The trouble is with this one that I got from Decathlon, you have to sort of get the tent out, then you put all your fibre poles up, then you clip the tent to them, then you have to put the outer tent over all that lot. I mean, nothing wrong with it. I'm not knocking them, you know, and lots of tents are made like that. But like I said in the video that I did about the tent, it's not for me, you know. That's why, as a family tent, we've been out and bought this air tent. You know, again, simplicity. And, you know, it's like if I've ridden 4 hours, 5 hours, half an hour, it doesn't really matter. No matter where that I've ridden, I want to get there. I want that tent to be up. I want to get my gear thrown in. I want to get the old kettle on and have a brew. That's it. You know, because if it's a bit windy, the tent's flapping all over the place, and I can't be doing that. And like I said, you know, I mean, some of these tents these days, and you know, fair enough. If this is what you want, if you want your bike parked by the side of you, you know, in the tent with you, that's fine as well. That's great. But I've been camping for many years, and I can leave my bike outside. I really can. But for those of you who can't, there's tents for your needs. Right. Well, look at this. Absolutely good. How's the temperature? Well, it's still saying 27, and I'm going to be honest, I can't even feel a chill. Anyway, I mean, I've got a lot of bugs on the visor. I really have. I've probably got some on the GoPro by now. You're probably looking through little dots. You sort of forget, don't you? You know, you think, yeah, I should be really stopping every so often and maybe debugging the visor, you know. Sorry, the GoPro. I think we'll let Mr. Wagon go out of the way first. On his milk collection, eh? Taking it back, well, I presume he's still collecting from the farms. And then he'll take it down to Campere, because that's where the, well, it's not, do they still call it a dairy? I don't know. The milk refinery, is that what it is? Actually, the way he's going, he could be going to Campere now. There's a lot of milk sloshing around in that there, hey? You could certainly get that on your Weetabix. I got a part of our family live in Ireland. I think I'm sure I've said this before, and I remember when I was a kid, I was only, I don't know, maybe 10, I think 11. It wasn't long after my father died, and me and my mother, we went over to Ireland with my cousin and her husband, and it's a husband's family, and they own this beautiful farm, absolutely gorgeous, just outside Galway Bay, place called Monavay, absolutely stunning. And I always remember, you know, he used to get up of a morning with the three brothers, and we used to go and fetch the cows. And of course, you know, being a kid at that age, I mean, and living in the city, you know, to have something like that was absolutely fantastic. I mean, memories that I will never ever forget, you know. And milking a cow, you know, sat on my stall. I mean, there was nothing mechanical there, you know, sat on my stall, you know, milking away to my heart's content. And then, you know, you check it in and you'd have it for your breakfast, and oh, those were the days. You know, this farm that we stayed on, unbelievable. It had no electric. I mean, I am going back now to the mid-70s, yeah. Well, no, yeah, no, before that. before that, probably the early 70s. Oh, this could be his last pickup. That's a big farm there, a big dairy farm. Anyway, I'm going back, yeah, to the early 70s. So there was nothing mechanical, you know, and the milk was all fresh. But this farm, no running water to it, you know, no electric, no gas, you know, everything was done. They for the heat and for cooking, you would go to the peat field and you cut the peat, and that's what they burn in the stoves, and you know, in the winter to keep warm. But the toilets was holes in the ground outside. There was no indoor toilet, you know. And I gotta be honest, it didn't particularly bother me, but I remember my mother at the time, you know, she was like, oh, no toilet. God bless her. But she loved it. She, you know, she absolutely, and I did as well. Memories that will never be taken away. Absolute. I mean, okay, they still own the farm. Obviously now times have changed, you know. In some ways it's a shame, you know, it's a shame. But yeah, I used to love going there. Anyway, reminiscence over. So anybody who knows me knows that we're nearly back. Not an interesting ride, but I tell you what, one evening this week we are going to go somewhere slightly different. In fact, we're going to go back 5,000 years. That's what we're going to do. We're going to become Doctor Who and the TARDIS. We're going to go back in time. Yeah, so I look forward to that one. That's going to be sometime this week. Not too sure what day or where, you know, but it's definitely going to be this week. So people, I hope you've enjoyed my little ride and my little reminiscing and me going away. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. Comments are good. Yeah, if you've never watched me before and it's your first time, I'd love you to subscribe. I really would. The channel's getting good. It's slowly growing, and that's good. The more the merrier. Okay, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, get out on your bikes, enjoy yourselves. See you soon. Bye for now.